unoriginal, there's no effort. What I'll say on the positive side is they're doing it. So doing video is better than not doing video. One thing I know about video is it's like 130 times more likely to be seen than a picture. So even if it's a 5-second video, that will be seen organically more than any picture you post on a business page. So as far as
start every video with a train wreck or a kid biffing on a bike. Everybody will watch 5 seconds of
You're
that.
right. And energy, as far as like doing a video, what I see with a lot of videos is by the end of the video, they're feeling good, you know, they're banging on all cylinders, and at the beginning is where they're kind of like stumbling and not kind of warmed up. So make sure, maybe you need to do 3 or 4 dry runs and just do it, you know, make a mess of it. Here's the other thing is, it's okay to mess up and have that be part of the production if it makes sense. So this one agent I know, he was walking through the office, and I was watching, and I saw, I didn't have the sound on, and I saw him doing this, and he was kind of explaining something, and all of a sudden he's just like, like I could see he made a mistake, and he kind of like backed up, like he's gonna start over. I'm like, what's this about? And so I pushed play with the sound, and he had his blooper reel, the beginning of the video. Where does it normally go? Like a lot of people put it.
Right.
They put it at the end. So he put it at the very beginning because, you know, to capture that attention. And I like that. Because then I wanted to see the whole thing, like, what did it look like at the end? So I watched the whole thing. It was only like a minute 30. But short and sweet, right?
Is that me? It's not me, right?
No, sorry, my phone's going.
Oh, okay.
Short and sweet.
That's me, sorry.
And then,
So great.
as far as thing to do, like on every single video and never miss it, is a call to action of some kind. So if you know real estate, is now a good time to sell?
Yes.
Yeah. In the winter time, is that a good time to sell? Yes, right, for different reasons. It's always a good time to sell, and so it's focusing on and highlighting on the reasons why it's good to sell, and maybe doing a video specifically about that. You know what, there's less listings on the market, we're in the winter time right now. You sell, you're gonna get a ton of money. Sell with me. I can do a free valuation. You know what I do for my friends and family? I do no hassle, free. I use the same tools as an appraiser does. I'll come and give you a valuation on your property, so you know what it's going for in this market. Something like that. Another thing as far as doing a video related to houses, and it doesn't have to be your listing, it could be someone on the teams or in the brokerage. I know that you have permission, right? I think you probably should ask the listing agent. But every single house has something unique about it. It might not be like wow factor, but if I were you, I would start with that one thing that's maybe unique about it. So if I was at my house, you know, maybe it might be my backyard, I'd be like, hey, check out this pizza oven. You know, I'm selling this house, this is going on. There's 3 other really cool things that are awesome in this house. Come see what those 3 things are at the open house. But it's a call to action, maybe a little bit of a carrot, but you're visually showing something to draw them in, right? That's kind of the goal with a video, is story-based, show, don't tell. Okay, this guy, he's based in Cali, and let's talk about this video. We'll judge it again too. Oh, we got 10 minutes left. And I'm gonna skip the first 20 seconds.
We're negative.
I said hot chocolate.
Sorry.
I've got 30 minutes. Let's roll. Architecture is just a fancy word for a snack palace.
What you really want in great architecture like this is you push the ceilings up high.
And you push the drawers down low so kids can reach the candy.
When we designed the bathroom, we focused on glass and gold fixtures.
What's really cool is that I put in a secret kick step so kids can brush their teeth.
The real brilliance of what we did together was we took the traditional farmhouse look that's natural and laid down these concrete floors that are sleek and modern.
Now kids can skateboard to the kitchen for a quick snack.
Like, don't like,
I like it.
you can throw out what you want. if you liked or didn't like.
Concrete floors are tight.
They're
I got
making it
sick
like
of
luxury,
children
but it's
and-
family friendly.
You hate children? You're a thief of children?
Okay.
What I liked about it is that they're using humor, but he's actually showing you the features and everything. That really, it really sticks out where it's funny but not super cheesy.
It made you feel like, okay, it had some stuff to offer my kid. Like, I can envision my kid, like, my baby girl,
Yeah.
the stare, like, so it emotionally attached me to my family, it would work.
It appealed to kind of the both demographics, right? Like, why do parents buy houses? And, you know, often with parents comes some baggage called little kids. And what do kids like about the houses? And so they did a good job of, I think a lot of houses have that kind of thing, right? It could be really subtle. I mean, that had like the kick plate or whatever, and, you know, things like that. But I think every house has, whether it's a playground or whatever, you could do that kind of thing. What did you think about having a kid on the video? You like it, not like it?
Normally I'd like it, that kid I'd want to punch in the face.
She's kind of snobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if that
She
was
needed to add a little bit more humor in for herself.
Yeah.
To make her more
Likeable.
likable.
Yeah.
She came across kind of like this snotty, no.
Spoiled brat.
Yes.
Yeah.
He directed
I
the
think-
video. Let's not
I think
blame
that was a
him.
bit of the humor. You know, you're in LA, you got one kid, they're kind of spoiled and bratty. So I don't know if that worked or not in that area, but I agree with you.
It didn't, the whole time, whoop that kid's ass. That kid needs to be spanked.
Anything else good or bad you like about that video?
It was clean, professional.
Yeah.
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 Like the quality was just really nice about it. Like you can tell they actually paid a really legitimate camera crew.
Yeah.
Not just like their cousin to come film it.
Right.
It wasn't the shaky.
Yeah, with video, it's super easy to get sucked into, we're not gonna do any video unless we spend $1,000, right? Where you have the crew, you got sound crew, light crew, makeup or whatever. I mean, that's overkill. I think it might be okay to do a video or two like that, maybe a year, where it is, you know, there is some money spent and it has a specific purpose. And here's what I'd encourage you, when you do a video of any kind, make sure you understand who is my audience, you know, what is my purpose, and what is the call to action. I mean, aside from, you know, what's gonna happen in the first 5 seconds, so that, you know, you could have the best video in the world, but if the first 5 seconds aren't good and engaging, nobody's gonna watch it. That's one thing here's one other assignment. You can do this one if you wanna like get really good at video, but go watch like 10 commercials from like a Nike, Adidas, I mean, just any of the big Geico. Go watch 10 commercials and I want you to deconstruct them as far as what did they do, how did they do it, and you can do something similar. But the good ones are all very story based. You don't know what company it is, right? You don't know what they're selling. It's just drawing you in, and then at the very end, you know, they got their tagline, they say what company they're with, and the call to action. It's always at
Can't
the
be a
end.
Budweiser frogman.
But why, sir? You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Or what's up? Some of those are so memorable. One other
Grandma
thing.
threw the tire through the window, that one always sticks out.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know that's discount tire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do something that catches your attention. So in Salt Lake, I've seen some agents do some where, you know, they have like bouncy balls that they do in this room, or an exercise ball they're bouncing, and it's just like, what's happening? This ball is bouncing through this room, and they're kind of showing the different rooms with this ball. And I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know if I do. One agent, have you seen the flossing agent? But you don't need to be weird. I think it's important to be yourself. And I don't want to dissuade you from doing any video, because it's easy to kind of pick apart videos, right? And it's way easier when you do a video to pick apart your video, like, because it's not perfect. But what I want to invite you to do is to start to do one and to practice and just to do. I'm going to do one a week. I'm going to do 2 a week, and just have it on your mind that I'm going to do one, and maybe it's on Wednesday 2 o'clock, I gotta film something, and so before then, you gotta come up with what is it gonna be, how long is it gonna be, and to get in the habit of doing it. You'll be surprised how quickly you get good at it when you do it on a consistent basis. One thing I wanted to share about this agent, and then I'll end on this note. So his name is Seth O'Brien. He started, I don't know, I think it was like 8 or 9 years ago, 10 years ago. His team, they gross $1 billion gross commission income every year. When he started, here's how he started. He got up in a helicopter and he filmed himself doing videos in a helicopter over neighborhoods and listings that weren't his. They were just, they were for sale. And so he started to do that. And you can think through like, well, what does that look like? How does that feel if people are watching that and they're like, look, this guy, he's talking about these from a helicopter instead of just like a drone, right? He himself is up there. That evolved into him, I don't know if he planned this either. That evolved into him taking buyers up in helicopters to show them houses and to give them an experience, up in a helicopter. So tell me, let's say you were one of those buyers, like on a Wednesday or Thursday, you went up, you went in a helicopter, looked at some houses. That weekend you're with your friends, your buddies, your rich friends, your rich buddies. What story do you think you have to tell them about this week?
Holy crap, we went up in a helicopter.
Yeah. Right? You want to brag. Like, it's a little bit of an ego thing, right? Look what we did. Like, we're kind of big deal. Like, we went in a helicopter. And they're like, dude, who's your agent? Like, you can see how that he gave them an experience. He gave them stories to tell. And so when you think about your business, what I'd encourage you is at close date, what's that emotion that I want these people to have that will carry forward? Because they're not going to remember everything I say. They're not going to remember everything I do. They'll remember how I made them feel, or the story or experience that I gave them. And so if you start at the finish, this is what I want, then you back it up. Well, what are the things I can do to make that happen? And I promise, it is going to be very story based when you think of it in those terms. And video is one of those most powerful tools, because when you tell a story to somebody, you have their attention and maybe whoever else is listening. But when you do a video and you share it, and you do it in a way that hundreds or thousands of people can see it, you're like, your emotion, your person, your energy, or whatever you want to call it, is able to communicate to so many people in such a fast way. So I don't see a lot of agents or teams that are doing video in an incredible high level way. I see some that are doing okay, and a lot that are not doing it at all. So when I think of social media, here are a few ideas of some videos that you could do, or how you could use social media. You could do a video like an agent type bio. I would probably do it briefer than that 4-minute one.
Motorcycle?
If you're gonna do it on a motorcycle, start with that. But hey, I'm an agent and I can get you out, I get you in a house or whatever. You could do a team type bio, right? What does it mean to be on a team, and why that matters to you as a buyer or a seller? It's a big deal that you have veteran agents that have a lot of experience and that you can lean on them, right? It's not just your number as far as how many transactions, it's the team's number, right? Here's what we did. You could do hundreds of videos on buyer tips, right? For first-time home buyers, for second-time home buyers. You could do videos on listings, on how to prepare a house. You could do specific listings on some things that you do as a team to help prepare a house to sell. You could do listings, you could do a video on listings that are in any specific neighborhood. They don't even have to be your own. Here's what's awesome about this neighborhood. This is listed, here's the price. If you're interested in buying in this neighborhood, come talk to me. If you're interested in selling in this neighborhood, I'll do it for you. Your video doesn't have to, you don't want to pretend like you're the listing agent, but you can make videos about anything you want. I know agents that go in and do videos in houses that aren't even the ones they've listed, right? You seen those? Here's a couple more, and then we'll end. On investors, I know 30 or 40 agents that are doing stuff with investors, and all of them are different. There's so many ways to talk with investors. Going to like economic development meetings, like in a city, great way to meet investors. You know, you have skills and you have the ability and you're hungry, you can help them probably more than they have the ability to do on their own. You could do video on vendors, you could do neighborhood or community type business, like videos for businesses. Go interview the business owner. Go interview a principal of a high school. There's like 1,000 families that know that principal by face. And if you have his face next to your face in a video in the first 5 seconds, how likely do you think people are gonna watch that?
Very likely.
It doesn't even matter what you say in the video. I mean, just as long as you're like, hey, I'm an agent, and here's the principal, and you're gonna ask him questions or whatever. Like, you can just make up whatever you want you're gonna interview him about. Like, what's happening? How are things going with COVID? Or how are things working? Like, whatever. Or the basketball or the football coach. You know, you can sponsor like pretty much any sporting event at high school. You just gotta go find the right person, talk to them, and sometimes you don't have to pay any money. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring these treats or whatever, and doing a video related to that. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I wanted to give you a few ideas on how to use video. And when I think about the value of social media, like, yes, there's a lot you can do with pictures. We didn't have time to get into any of that. Yes, you can do a lot with paid. Where I see like the next few years of agents really getting dialed in and using video in a strategic way to talk to their database, to talk to neighborhoods, to get, you know, their voice heard in a specific demographic. It's through video and it's through storytelling. So hopefully something that we talked about today was helpful. Thank you for coming.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming, I should say.
That was awesome.
You want me to finish up? Yeah. You recorded it?